Okay, well, Krios will send her a binary Kent, just average greeting.
She'll send back a binary message in just like a flurry of different words, just being like, you were supposed to contact me. Why didn't you contact me? I had to sneak in through this corpse shipment in order to get over here.
Well, I think we'll probably be best to continue this in text while the rest of the roleplay is going on.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do it in a Skype window with you, me, and VT.
You guys can just do the exchange on your own and then copy a log to me when you're done.
Okay.
So Talia will do an intelligence roll. And she fails. All right. So Talia looks up and down at Malachi and looks at the tech priestess and motions for the tech priestess to get in the room and points that the door should be closed once Trauma Cat is inside. Scout, is Trauma Cat going to come in?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Talia will close the door.
Great. Okay. So Talia's going to look over her shoulder at the pair and say, all right, Krios obviously has something else on the go right now. You were sent by Havictus to retrieve Shelby.
Yes, and you, if you were present.
Okay. Did he happen to say what else, anything beyond that? She looks very nervous as she looks to the other people in the room.
Well, I was sent here to look for Miss Taj and bring her back to Havictus, as well you if you're here, and figure out what happened to her last watcher when she, which one is it? She failed to contact Havictus.
Okay. Anybody who happens to be looking at Talia, give me a scrutiny.
I'm trying to figure out what in the heck is going on.
Scrutiny is perception by half. So it's 14.
I have a pretty high chance of knowing. Or noticing. Because I am trained in scrutiny, and my perception is 50.
Oh, shit. There's a look of distinct guilt on Talia's face as she just kind of stammers at Malachi's question.
Malachi will just look at her pretty much a not completely emoteless face, but, you know, somewhat stoic. Just looks at her like, yes, kind of looking. Is there something you want to say?
Give me either an inquiry if he's going to be polite about it, or an intimidate if he's trying to scare her into saying it. And Shelby, you can... I was going to say, Shelby can offer a bonus to Talia's willpower roll if Shelby wants to do a charm roll to kind of bolster Talia's confidence. Okay, and it comes down to Talia willpower.
That's a 1.
Oh my God, Talia! What is wrong with you? She's going to spill the beans. I thought it would be. I thought the assassin was here to kill us. I arranged for her to be removed. She died in an explosion of a vehicle we were flying in. I didn't think I thought she might try to kill Shelby. Fuck. She's now starting to like get teary-eyed and biting her knuckle as it like she's obviously very distraught and kind of panicked.
What?
It's okay. It's not my job to judge you. I'm just here to fill out my mission. And one of them was to figure out what happened to that person.
Okay, Fungi, is Krios about to say something, or is he just moving?
Just trying to be a reassuring presence.
Okay, is anyone going to grill Talia further on what the hell she's stammering about, or are you just letting Sleeping Dog mostly lie?
Could you explain what you just blathered there?
Okay, give us a roll, Haley. Oh, damn. All right, willpower for Talia. She's actually, this time, you want her to succeed on this willpower. So, well, interesting. It's not confirmed. Okay. Talia will take a few deep breaths and say, back in the Lister hive, I realized that Shelby was being tailed. And it was some form of stealthy assassin. And I had actually hoped Tyrion would be able to handle the situation. But I decided to try and handle it myself instead. And when we got the civilian craft to fly from one end of the hive to the other, I figured that would be the perfect opportunity to give the slip to the assassin. However, we got shot down pretty much right away, and I haven't seen any sign of the assassin since. So I figured, the explosion got rid of her, and Malachi's question basically just affirmed one of my worst fears, that the assassin in question was actually keeping an eye out on Shelby, not planning to kill Shelby.
Indeed.
So let me get this straight.
You, if anyone, should know how important Miss Thatch is to Inquisitor Havictus.
Yes, we definitely we are aware of the importance. And sorry, Brooke, you were going to say something as Tyrion?
Yeah, I'm gonna just give Talia this look of like, I know you didn't know, but you were gonna have me kill another member of the Inquisition. Thanks, pal. Kind of look.
I am disappointed, son.
Basically just disgusted.
So, sorry. But in character, at this point, Talia will look around again at the others and look at Malachi and say, so this is it then? You're taking Shelby and I back to Havictus?
Well, I was also instructed that if you and Miss Hatch would be working with any of Machiason's, as he put it, pawns, I should offer them the final chance at redemption by recruiting them into the search of Machiason and his peers.
The look on Talia's face at that moment's kind of like, go figure. And she'll look towards Haley, Krios, Alexandra, and Tyrion with a look of, what do you say? Nervous, but encouraging.
Can we have some time to think about this?
Talia is actually going to respond before Malachi can and say, just so you're aware, Havictus is not the type to offer second chances after the fact. Just letting you know.
She is right.
I have a question for you. How much does Havictus know about all of us, as far as you know?
As far as I know, that is none of my business.
Do you happen to know what's going up, though, with the Omega?
Frosty, you would be aware of the assault on the Omega, but you don't know how it's faring. But you also wouldn't necessarily want to tell the the player characters what you know. It's up to you.
Well, I do know the situation, but other than that, I'm not in liberty to saying.
Okay, I'm just going to send a quick message to Jess.
Can I ask Talia a question?
Yes, you may.
Tyrion will turn to Talia and be like, "What can you tell us about Havictus? What is he like?"
He's a Puritan, and the fact that sorry, what did you say your name was, sir? Malachi?
Malachiel de Ferraio, but people tend to call me Malachi. It's much simpler.
Malachiel here will guarantee that the amount I can tell you about Havictus is that Havictus is a Puritan. And he is a member of the Inquisition and a highly decorated Inquisitor of over 30 years. And he has great respect for the works of the Emperor, and all those who have respect for the Emperor have at least some respect in Havictus' eyes. And give me its scrutiny roll, Tyrion. Okay. Talia was doing her best to send signals to Tyrion indicating Havictus is a scary mofo. Watch the fuck out.
Well, she did use the word Puritan, which is scary as far as Tyrion is concerned. But, that being said, she's going to walk up to Malachi, and she's going to stick her hand out as to shake his hand, and she is going to say, "I'm in."
Malachi would not shake Tyrion's hand, but he would nod and say, probably like Emperor protects, or something like that too.
Tyrion will nod and say Emperor protects back to him.
And awkward.
I can't say for the rest of us, but I'll go with you. But we have a few things we need to take care of here first before we can leave.
I have an out-of-character question. Do we really have the authority to do anything about Vern, since we don't technically have any authority?
Talia technically does, because officially she hasn't been removed from Havoctus service. And Talia will be the one to say, Malachi, we definitely have something we need to attend to here. 2 other members who I suspect are wholly loyal to Micaiahson that will need to be addressed.
Well, where are these people?
We were actually discussing their fate just before you arrived.
Well, before we continue back to that discussion, Malachi is looking at Creole's Trauma Cat and Haley. Like, well, what are you going to say, since Tyrion and Alexandra are basically in at this moment?
I need some time to think on it.
Yeah, Krios looks a little distracted.
So does Kat.
Talia is going to respond to Haley saying, "Don't think long, please."
I can't. Well, Krios is hesitating just as I am. It's not a decision I can make easily, but it's one I don't seem to have any option in.
Well, you have the option of, how would he say it? Not die a holy death, but something along those lines.
Yes, the phrase.
Receive the Emperor's final mercy.
Yeah.
Krios does not roll his eyes. Yes, we will be joining you, at least for now. If you will allow us the liberty of some time to think. Not long, Talia. This is a decision that has some weight to it. I'm sure you can understand that.
Of course.
Okay, so just going to say, Scout and Fungi, how goes your beep beep boop?
I got
One.
Go for Scout.
I mean, do you want us to copy paste stuff yet, or not done yet?
Sure. Like you're still going, or?
Yeah, we're still going. They've been talking this whole time.
Geez. I do realize that binary chatter is faster than regular talking, so...
I think in character this will have been done by now.
Okay.
Yeah, this whole conversation will take place in about 3 seconds.
Well, probably. Well, I don't know.
Their binary conversation, we're saying.
Yeah.
And, so if you guys are done chit-chatting, or if you're going to be interrupting your chit-chat because of the events taking place that are affecting everyone, please share the log with me.
Yes, let's cut it off here.
Yeah, we can put a hold in it for now.
Okay. And how is Trauma Cat going to respond to what's been discussed about the whole Machiasen thing?
The Trauma Cat was not paying attention, so I don't know how she's going to respond. Which is a nice way of saying I was focusing on binary chatter conversation, so she doesn't really know what's going on. So she'll look up and sort of go, huh? Machiasen?
Out of character. Join or die! Or both.
Krios, your response was you wanted time?
The first rule, yes, I need a moment to think. Chances are, well, this is paraphrasing, chances are I'll be going with you guys, but this is not a decision I'm making lightly.
Talia, therefore, will ask Malachi very politely if he could just step out of the room for just a little while the rest of us finish a particular discussion we were having.
Very well. I shall stay behind the door, and I hope you have made your decision at that point.
Thank you, Malachiel.
I'm just doing what's my emperor-given duty.
Of course.
Steps outside, closes the door, and...
Okay. Talia will immediately turn to Krios and say he will kill you immediately if you do not agree. That's what this is what this man is trained for.
I've spent the last 65 years of my life in chains. I cannot bear spending the rest of it in a similar situation. If that is all I can expect.
At the very least, we all agree to cooperate right now. This man, obviously a very literal thinker. If you say you just gotta go off to drain your lubrication fluid, he'll probably believe you. And then, hey, what do you know? You don't come back. Do you at least not want the opportunity to look at, the look on Machiasen's face when we catch him? That kind of gives Talia this little kind of sadistic smile.
Well, as easy as it would be, I don't see I have anywhere else to go.
Yeah, I don't think we actually have any better options right now. At least that's just how it looks to me. I mean, there could be other things, but
excuse me, sorry. Who is this Krios? Talia will point to the...
I'm sorry, I've been really, really rude to you. I'm Trauma Cat Mark II, and she bows and does it all over the top, sort of like a big curtsy.
She's wearing Mechanicus robes, and she has mechadendrites, but, I was going to believe that you were part of the, machine cult. And then Talia just kind of quietly points to Trauma Cat with a look on her face like, what the fuck?
Krios will laugh, or chuckle at least. I met her on board Towering Omega. I believe she is an incredibly, scratch that, I believe she's a firm ally for us. She's in a very similar position to me.
Cat smiles all innocently.
So, it is a pleasure to meet you, Trauma Cat Mark II. You'll have to excuse me. We've all been under a great deal of pressure. And, meeting Krios, I'd never quite met a tech priest like him. And now seeing you in front of me right now, well, my world has already been turned upside down a few times. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised if it gets turned upside down again.
I just made this right side up again, so don't worry about it.
Okay, well, it bought us a little bit of time. What the fuck are we doing about Lynn and Vern?
Lynn,
Lamb.
I cannot say in the slightest. I do not know her motives. I don't know her. I've met her all of once. She seems like a pleasant person, but that doesn't count for much. Vern needs to die. He is a traitor in the extreme. He is... I can't think of a way to phrase it adequately. He is spoiled meat.
Isn't he still valuable to us? I mean...
No.
Are we going to do the deed, or are we going to have him locked up here and just let, have it just come and handle it?
Allow me to speak with them first. Sorry, Fungi.
That's right.
Well, technically, if Makaisin wasn't an Inquisitor, none of us except for maybe Talia have the authority to do anything.
Authority or not, it is the sheer principle of the matter. He dealt with the beings of the warp, and Krios will visibly shudder at that concept. This is unconscionable. No mortal, human, or even Xenos can do that without becoming just unbelievably, incredibly just... Krios is fumbling for words because it's going into territory that he does not like.
Cat will slowly glance sidelong at Krios.
I hate to use the term, but he is tainted. I will not risk the warp using him again.
Talia is going to raise her hands kind of defensively and say, do you think that maybe there's a chance that that creature lied and manipulated your perceptions? Is there a chance that maybe Vern isn't tainted and we just have been given false evidence of that?
I don't think that's likely from what I saw back at the refueling station.
Talio's expression will kind of fade into something emotionless at that point. She says, right, you saw him scoop his own intestines back into his stomach.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
You what?
Don't you guys read the reports from...
Hold on. Who are we talking about?
Vern.
Okay,
One of our school
The
mates.
report that Alexandra gave to Makaisin stated that she witnessed Vern putting his own intestines back in his gut. However, this happened immediately after she was exposed to hallucinogenic compound. And Makaisin decided that obviously she was still hallucinating because no one survives that sort of thing. But you're right, Alexandra. You're right, Rios. Putting this all into context, there's absolutely no option. We know what we have to do.
Kieran will pipe up, and she will say, well, didn't I have a run-in with a demon? And kind of just put her hands out, like...
Talia's going to face palm.
I have quite a lot of ammo for my last cannon. Fucking what name you go by these days? Tyrion. If you are willingly saying that you too are inherently corrupt, we are able to fix that. Although I recommend you choose your words carefully.
She will just stare back at you for a moment.
If you'll allow me to put it into simpler terms, you got punched in the face by an orc. Vern traded weapons with the orc. There is a considerable difference.
The thing is, do we kill Vern now, or do we hand him over to Havictus?
I like the idea of making it not our problem. If you're so dead set on doing it.
Well,
Sorry, go ahead, Haley.
No, you started first.
The other thing to bear in mind is chaos is like a cancer. You leave Vern here without doing anything about it, all of what we did in the tower may be for nothing. Haley, you were saying something?
I actually forgot. We're still discussing the Vern situation. Yes.
So what has been discussed? Ow! Holy shit! Testing. Okay. Sorry, what was that?
Just responding to your test.
Oh, I heard super heavy reverb for a sec there. I was just going to tell Jess that Krios had likened Tyrion's experience to getting punched in the face by an orc, whereas Vern traded weapons with an orc. Tyrion and Alexandra were discussing, well, why don't we just let Havictus handle this? To which Talia replied, chaos is like a cancer. If we leave Vern here, there's a chance that everything we did in the tower would be for nothing.
Oh, now I remember what I wanted to say.
What was it?
And if you think leaving Vern to Havictus's hands will be any mercy, look at the situation his lackey here put us in.
I just don't want to deal with it. I'm not a Puritan. I don't... She kind of is lost for words.
Well, don't worry, you have no... We do not need you to be involved.
How do you want to do it, Krios? Talia will ask, kind of looking towards the ground.
I have questions for him. I'm hoping he'll be cooperative. And I'll tell him frankly, and if I have to do it, I'll do it myself.
I would like to speak with him as well.
Understood.
If we're going to go through this, I'm going to offer to do it myself. I consider Vern a friend, and as a fellow Voidborn as a fellow member of the Power and Omega, should be my duty to put him out of his misery.
That will cause Talia to visibly kind of, scrunch her face up and say, I'm sorry, Alexandra, that's actually the best reason for you not to get involved. For purposes of what has to be done, Krios' las cannon and Haley's plasma pistol are probably the best suited to this task. Although both could potentially be kind of messy if we do it indoors. And on top of that, Haley is a rather pure soul, and Krios is, well, I think Krios, it would be best even if you asked your questions and left it to Haley. Talia will look to Shelby. Talia will chuckle at that and say, thank you for the offer. And I know that you are very strong of will and very strong of conviction. And I know you don't exactly have an emotional attachment to Vern like some other people here do. But Shelby, what he did, I really think Haley's the only one who has the full grace of the Emperor's protection enough to handle this. I really don't mean to insult you. I know you are powerful, but bear in mind what we have had revealed to us about Vern. Oh, I can't say it out loud. That causes Talia to sigh and kind of bite her lip. Yes, I know. I suppose there's... Well,
Tyrion...
as Malachi... Oh, sorry, Tyrion's going to interrupt?
Yes, Tyrion is going to say one more thing. What if Vern didn't have a choice?
He doesn't. Well, sorry, ignore that. I now understand what you're saying. I never spoke.
Talia's response will be, there is always a choice when it comes to demons. It's not always an easy choice, considering what they often do to us, but there is a choice, and he chose this for himself.
Tyrion is, like, visibly angry, ready to, like, punch things mad.
So, Talia says, I guess I'm the de facto leader by mandate of the Inquisition, but Krios, I value your input above all, and I mean no offense to any of you when I say this, but Krios has demonstrated a remarkable intellect. And so, Krios, I ask for your opinion on how you wish to proceed. And if I feel that you are flagrantly out of line, I will tell you. But I still wish to have your input.
Well, it's up to me, myself, and Haley would question Vern. Not too deeply, as we do not have the luxury of time, and then once we are satisfied that he is being as cooperative as possible, deal with him as comprehensively as we can. Off the top of my head, there's a big lake next to us. He faces the lake. My weapon will deal with him.
Very well then. And basically, as Talia is turning to leave the room, there will be a loud klaxon going off inside the building.
What now?
Well, I guess it'll come up to Talia then to use her microbead. She will attempt to get somebody in charge to give her an answer. And I think that is exactly her fellowship. Okay. So anyone who happens to be listening in on the microbead, there has been a breach of quarantine. The stormtrooper identified as Lynn Walsh has taken the Arbites identified as Vern out of quarantine and are presently leaving the building.
They need to be stopped. Everyone, go.
Go, 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 go.
Okay, Frosty?
Yeah?
If you burn a fate point here, Vern will escape, and that'll be the end of it. There will be no way for anyone to catch you. If you want to actually role play this out, that's your decision.
You threw me in the fucking deep end.
What did you say?
You threw me in the goddamn deep end right away.
Yes, I did.
Fine.
Because Krios's plan was to put you out in front of the ocean, and that would have screwed the opportunity for Lynn to save you. So I had to make adjustments.
Can you give me a second to think?
Okay. Joe, go ahead and stop the recording, and we'll take a few-minute break here so people can recharge, and I'll try and read that chat log between Scout and Fungi. Did either of you actually send it to me?
I shall do that. Man, I'm like a space marine. I'll do that now.
Okay, and sorry, what were you saying, Joe?
That sounds good. I need to go to the washroom anyway.
Oh,